This year has been what can only be described as a complete and utter US stocks are on track for their worst year since 2008, making many people feel like this. And while most people predicted that this year was going to be more challenging than last, with with supply constraints building, no one could have predicted the devastating war in Ukraine, the inflation, the energy price highs, and the huge hit the stock market was going to take. So with all of this going on, how can you as an investor remain cool, calm and collected and make smart decisions when it comes to your investments?
Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Well, the good news is that I'm going to share with you my top 4 tips to do just that. So let's jump right in with tip number 1, and that is to block out the news. Just ignore it. The fear, the impending recessions, the end of the world, the doom and gloom, or alternatively the hype, the next craze, the next Bitcoin, whatever it may be about, it will only drive you to take action. And typically the best possible path of action to take is actually just to do nothing. Leave your investments alone, let them run their course. If you're investing, as I typically recommend here on my channel, into a cheap global index fund, you've got a plan in place and you're investing for the right reasons over the right amount of time, then why do you care what the news is saying today? Your investments are for years away, potentially even decades away if you're looking at retirement. So don't do it to yourself, just ignore it. Tip number 2 is to also ignore what everyone else is doing. Put simply, people can't be trusted.
People like Coldplay and voted for the Nazis. You can't trust people, Jeremy.
And Crazy Frog, yeah, that reached UK number 1. And also, by the way, so did Teletubbies. Say hello. And Bob the Builder. So people cannot be trusted. And that includes those apes over on Wall Street Bets with the amazing stocks their wives' boyfriends told them to invest in that end up making their investment account look like this. Just because everyone is doing one thing doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. If we take Big Dog Buffett's advice, then we should be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Essentially, just because everyone else is panicking with their investments at the moment, they might actually even be selling their investments, guaranteeing themselves a loss, doesn't mean that's what you should be doing. And part of it is, of course, the FOMO mentality, but in reality, everyone's finances are different. No one has the same goals, the same timelines, the same income and spending patterns. So why listen to what everyone's thinking or saying or doing? Don't do it to yourself. You do you. If you're a millennial and you're spending an ungodly amount sustaining your Starbucks pumpkin spice latte addiction that somehow automatically kicks in as soon as you see your first pumpkin of the year, then that's completely fine. If you're budgeting, you're following a plan, you've got an emergency fund in place for a rainy day, then you do you and ignore what everyone else is doing or saying. And on to tip number 3, which is to stop checking your investments all the time. Much like your social media habit where you find yourself just endlessly scrolling and you know it's probably time to stop, the same is true of your investments. Or better yet, just delete the app entirely. Do it. Just please don't forget your login details, as you're probably going to need them at some point. And like I said earlier, if you're investing for the right reasons over the right time length, which could be 5 years away, could even be decades away, then why do you care how your portfolio is performing today, or even yesterday, or even this week? Are you going to do that and check every single day for the next 10 or 20 years?
No, I don't think I will.
Do you check your pension every day? Because it's likely that that's invested in much the same way, and I'd be willing to bet that you don't. In fact, let's take that bet. If you don't check your pension every day, you have to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you do, you can comment down below and I will get back to you with my offer. So by being so active, by checking up on your account all the time, it's only going to cause you to want to take action. And it's just going to lead to poor decision making and way too much unnecessary stress and anxiety. And lastly, tip number 4 is to make it automatic. By this, I'm referring to taking as much of the decision making process out of your investments as possible. So for example, you could automate investing for yourself by setting up a regular direct debit. paying the same amount of money into your investment account every single month, which means you can spend a grand total of
Absolutely nothing.
doing anything with your investments for the month. Zero effort. All because you've made that smart decision to automate, and now you're free to spend it on much more productive things like endlessly scrolling Instagram or TikTok or watching silly cat videos. Now, this point around monthly investments is more than just a tip. It's fundamental to your success as an investor and can help you actually make more money than timing the stock market to perfection. And I cover exactly why that is and run through 4 different examples in one of my previous videos, which I'll link in the description below and up here somewhere. So there you have it. Those are my top 4 tips for worried investors right now in order to help you stay calm and collected, whether you're a complete and utter investing noob or you're a pro who's been around the block a few times. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit all those buttons below the video that every YouTuber tells you to. And always remember, invest smarter, not harder, and I will see you in the next one.